looking for light sour cream, and they went heavy in it again, as you can see. I don't get it. It's like they just, why do they have to use the really big spoon? I don't get that, but anyway. Today, I'm going to be doing a story time on my old Destiny clan. So for those who don't know Destiny, Destiny is a video game franchise from like 2013, and it's like a MMO RPG-esque game. It's very, in my opinion, it's very fun because they have these activities called raids that you can play up to 6 people. And that's kind of how you make friends. And when you have a clan, you can just play with any of the other 5 people. It was fun. So I joined this clan back in college, and it was led by like a group of friends who, you know, they all played and they wanted to have other people play. At least that's the start of the clan. 5 guys, 1 girl, and they just all like playing. They made the clan, and then more people started to show up. We're gonna get back to the woman in question in a second, but when I joined, the original 6 members, they kind of stopped playing as much except for the girl. Like the founders would play very seldomly, but you know, after hearing about their lives, it kind of made sense. One of them had like twins or something. One of them's a traveling musician. And the other one was a PhD candidate, so it definitely made sense why they're not playing a game that requires daily attention to. So I played and I made some friends, and I actually used their real IDs because in the grand scheme of things it doesn't matter. Two guys that I immediately bonded with was a guy named Tara and a guy named Rich, because they were around my age at the time, like early 20s. And we all kind of played the same games outside of Destiny. So there would be times where we would finish a raid and then we would just hop on another game and play. They were the homies. And some other people came along who would become prominent figures in our clan later. Like was a guy named Ninja. No, not that Ninja. And he was like this very odd guy. He always sounded like he had a stuffy nose, and he was always giggling, and he was an interesting person. Come to find out, every time we were online, he was high. And there would be times where he would be puffing up during the raid. Dude is a mad lad. But everybody in the clan wasn't friends with everybody in the clan. And ironically, this guy's name kind of, you know, it kind of speaks for himself. His name was Combat. He was the definition of, I don't want to play if Combat is playing. Combat was very, very, very impatient. And he took raiding to like the next level. He wanted to do like perfect raid runs where nobody died. He wanted to do runs where, you know, the modifiers are turned up to the max and stuff like that. You know, he wasn't a founding member. There is a rule whenever Combat was in a raid group that if you were new, you could only be the only new player when he was playing. However, our admin, at this point, it's just a girl. She was like, no, you can do up to 2. And he's like, no, you can only do up to 1. But he was like this, he grew up in like this military background, and he's the type of guy who owns so many guns that it makes you think, why do you own all those guns? And it did not help that bro is built like Batista, so yeah. But for some reason he never left the clan. He never left it at all. Despite the fact that nobody wanted to play with him. Or so we thought, right? So, as I said before, Combat only wanted to play with people who were really good at the game. But there are people so much better than him at the game that he decided to have them in like his own group. But they just like to play the game. They don't care who they play with. And there's a guy named Joe. He had to be in his 40s or 50s from the way his voice sounded. But he was easily the best player we had in our clan. Easily, period. And he was just like the sweetest guy. Like, never caused any issues. Was always willing to help new players. He was willing to do anything with you. Think about that. If you are a level 1 in the game, he'll be like, oh, you need help? Let me play with you. Sorry about the cop car / ambulance outside speeding by. Chicago living, am I right? But anyway, yeah, like you could be level 1. He's literally like level 1,000,000 or whatever it is right now. And he'll be like, oh, you need help? Let's do it. Let's play for like 4 hours. He's the homie. And I love that clan so much. I really did. But a couple things led to our falling out. example, I think the max was like 200. It will be at 200. So if someone left, then somebody else could join. And I just didn't really play like that. I really started to play Destiny in college, but by then I needed to focus more on my major than playing video games. I needed to focus about my future. Like quite literally. And because I can start to see the clan becoming a bit of a what's the word for it? There was tension. And it started between Ninja, Combat, and the girl I mentioned who was the founder earlier. It started with the explanation of a raid counter where the girl explained it, the woman explained it, and the guy, Ninja, didn't agree with the way she was calling it out, right? And for once, Combat actually agreed. Well, I'm not gonna say actually because in this argument I'm siding with the woman because the way she explained it made sense the first time, but it didn't make sense to them, so he re-explained it and then everybody got confused. So, but the thing was that Combat sided with Ninja. And that caused a huge rift between Ninja and the girl. I'm gonna give her a name. Her name is gonna be Monica for the rest of the story. So Monica, right? She's upset, but not because, Ninja disagreed with her or sided with Combat. It's because Ninja was like calling her certain names that it just didn't make sense. And I'm sure you guys know there are certain names you just don't call your friend, especially your female friend, and he was calling her a lot of crazy names. So those two stopped hanging, and then at some point Monica started only playing with certain people. And in turn, Ninja in Combat would start playing with other different people. It got to the point where if you didn't choose a side, you're kind of in limbo. And that's where I was. Like when I would raid with Ninja, he was talking crazy crap about Monica. And when I was talking with Monica, she honestly just wanted the beef to die. So I play with her a lot more often because she doesn't want there should be no problems. And then it all came to a point when my friend G, he decided to take a side, and it just kind of messed up the relationships I had with Tara and Rich. So G was also my friend, kind of in the same bucket as Tara and Rich, but G and I's relationship was a bit more personal. some point chose combat side and only started playing with combat. And I honestly think it's just because she had a very dark sense of humor like combat, so maybe they just bonded that way. Who knows? But after they bonded, you know, actually, no. Tara was the catalyst to it, not G. Because Tara actually told Monica that he liked her and that, you know, they wanted to get to know each other more. But the issue is that this is an online relationship. So you have no idea what anybody's doing. Like, you don't know somebody truly. Of course, Monica said no. Tara left the clan. In turn, Rich left the clan. So it just kind of left me playing with G in combat, and I don't like combat. So it was just a recipe for disaster, honestly. There are a lot of great people in that clan. Shout out to Ryan, Joe, a lot of people. It's been a long time, so I'm forgetting names. I heard that Ninja left the clan a while back. So it just kind of sucks, you know, because they were really cool. And you guys are probably asking, why am I not in my clan now, even if they wanted me to be in it, even if I didn't play the game? Because they did say that. They said I could stay. I think it's just because with certain clans, you just need to move on from what it was. It's kind of like with life. In life, sometimes you meet people, and although you may want it to last for a long time, sometimes it doesn't work, you know? I had a coworker who, me and him were really cool. Like, we could share personal stuff about each other. We could hang out, we could go places, all that stuff, but at some point, you know, you moved on, and that's okay. That happens. So if someone just stops talking to you one day or moves on from you, don't take it personally. Unless you, like, beat them up, throw them across a river or something, then yeah, it's personal then. But usually they just want a change in how they view life. It doesn't mean they hate you. I highly doubt that. And that's something that it took me up until through college to understand that. So, sorry for a weird little tangent, but I just felt like saying that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you hearing me ramble, especially towards the end, if you made it this far, comment. I don't know, glasses. That's silly, but anyway, I just hope you guys have a good day. Truly. I'll see you guys in the next one, okay?